Hey, what's going on? It's Todd from Body and Mind Reboot. Welcome to part 2 in our debt-free series. The first two-part series at that. In our last video, we discussed 1, a brief history of credit, 2, why you don't want to be in debt, and 3, a joyous celebration of the fact that I am now debt-free. Well, the biggest question I'm getting now is that, what are the mechanics? How do you actually do it? I'd like to tell you that it's easy, the concept is easy, the follow-through is the hard part. Let's be honest, who likes stricter rules on their life? Let's cover the basics, what you need to do, and why. Like anything in life, the hardest part is getting started. Once you make it over this hump, this planning process, the rest is just sticking to what you have to do and doing it month in and month out. Chances are, if you're in debt, it's because you're spending more than you make. Duh, right? That can't happen. Every day you wake up, you're going to feel like you're just turning the hamster wheel. The only way to correct this is a budget. So number 1, you're going to need to set a budget. You cannot spend 110% of your income every month. It's not going to pan out. Take an hour or two, get your credit card statements, get your debit card statements. Try to remember where you use cash and on what. And once you have a list, you can find out what your actual bare essentials and what can be cut out. Me personally, I cut everything down to the bare essentials. Food, clothing, mortgage, transportation, put it all down on paper. And your basic baseline budget is what you'll have. Don't worry about the debts, just get the budget on paper. Once that's done, move on to number 2. You need to have an accurate list of all of your debts. No cheating. This needs to be an absolute honest list of all of your debts. The car, put it on there. The house, put it on there. The credit cards, put them on there. Any money that you have borrowed, put it on there. Just schedule a day and get it all done. Once you have the list, it's time to get rid of it. Organize your debts from smallest to largest. Add the minimum payments to your budget. 3, it's time to spring into action. This is where you have to see everything through. You have to be disciplined enough to stay within the budget you've set. This is going to vary on your level of seriousness. If you're truly serious, truly committed, you're not going to be ordering out for dinner every day. You're not going to be going to the movies every weekend. You actually have to be responsible with your money. Now, if you have any money saved, I'd put $500 to $1,000 away just for an emergency. Sometimes cars break, hot water heaters go. It's good to have money saved during this whole process. But if you have savings higher than $1,500, I'd throw it towards your smallest debt right away. And the credit cards, it's time to get rid of them. You can't get out of debt if you keep getting deeper into debt. As far as this went, I didn't do the best way. I originally chopped up all of my cards, but then a lot of them expired. So they sent me new cards, and I kept the new cards during the whole process. Big mistake. There was a lot of temptation. A couple times didn't work out so well, but in the end, I guess it was nice because I got to chop up all my cards right here on my last video. Now, once you have your budget and all the debts, it's time to start taking your leftover funds and throwing them at your smallest debt first. Now, some people say the best way to organize your debts is by interest rate. I think that's garbage because your final goal is to be debt-free. You're going to want to do this as quick as possible. If you do it in under 2 years, most of the interest rates aren't going to make that much of a difference anyway. You're going to want to focus all of your surplus money from your budget on the smallest debt. Now, once that's paid off, you don't have a party with the money that you just freed up. You take the money that you were paying on the smallest debt and you repurpose it to the second smallest debt. This is where you start gaining a lot of momentum. Because at first, you might be paying $60 extra, but your minimum payment is $60 for a total payment of $120. When you move up to your second smallest debt, you're going to snowball that $120 into whatever the minimum for your second smallest debt would be. Now, this is going to take some time. Don't worry, Your final goal should be to get everything except your mortgage paid off in less than 2 years. After about 2 years, you're really going to run out of steam. So if you have anything that's going to take longer to pay off than 2 years, you may want to consider selling it. Now, I know this seems like a daunting task, so let's just review real quick. 1. Set a budget, take everything down to the bare minimum. It doesn't have to stay there forever, just until you get out of debt. 2. Write down all of your debts, then arrange them smallest to largest. 3. Set aside some money as an emergency fund. Only use it for real serious emergencies, not a vacation. $500 to $1,500 will definitely do it. Now, remember, if there is an emergency, temporarily stop putting your surplus money towards your smallest debt and replace the portion of the emergency fund that you use. Then resume. And finally, take the extra money that you have left over after you paid everything in your budget and start throwing it at the smallest debt and snowball the money until everything is paid. Now, I know this is tough. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it's not the easiest thing. Eliminating thousands of dollars in debt can be one of the toughest things that you can do. But I do know this. In the end, it's all worth it. Just keep your eyes on the prize. I really hope this video has helped some of you, and I hope this series has provided you all with a lot of value. If it has, leave me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up on YouTube, like me on Facebook. Thanks for watching. Stay focused, dream big, and most of all, get excited.